All right. I think I had one of the most shocking conversations in a very, very long time. Um, I just finished speaking to one of my, clients, contacts, friends. He's based in Mumbai, India. He's a businessman. He has very good contacts and connections, and he's not, the type of guy who exaggerates. Like, if he has 10,000, he'll say I have 1 million, or oh, I went to meet Amitabh Bachchan, or I was eating with Shah Rukh Khan and I'm busy. Oh, Narendra Modi has called me. He is not one of those people who exaggerates and gives bullshit. He's a guy who calls a spade, and out of the number of years I've known him, he's very humble, he's very down to earth, but he has incredible experience and insight. Okay. So he was telling me about um, the consequences of not just dealing with the underworld, dealing with people with the mafia kind of connections and all that. He was sharing with me how dangerous it is if you mess with the wrong guys. Not just people who are connected to politicians or big businessmen. Just straight up, if you mess around with a guy who is maybe psychotic or maybe is crazy, and we went into this dark, very dark conversation where we were just sharing actual incidents that took place. I'll give you a few. I've written it down here. As just trying to recollect my thoughts before I made this video. Okay, in no particular order, I'll give you. In Mumbai, he gave me the example of two guys. They were very powerful guys. Both were well connected. Both had different political affiliations. But one guy tried to screw the other guy over. And because the other guy got hurt, that his so called best friend was trying to mess around with him and try to destroy him, try to cheat him. This guy did the most unpredictable thing ever. And my friend, who I told you is a businessman, he personally knew these guys. The guy, seriously, the guy who felt betrayed, okay, he one day called his best friend, for a project which they would do together. As they were doing, the guy takes a gun, he shoots his best friend, and then he shoots himself, and that's the end of it. They both were married, they both had children, they both had families, they both had businessmen, but this guy took it very emotionally. Now you might say, man, that is psycho, that is crazy. Exactly, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like you got to be careful who you're dealing with. I'll give a very simple example. This happened, I think, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and I have the video footage of what happened. I go to this Tesco mall here to shop for shopping, to buy, sometimes for my wife and myself and baby, and my baby goes to play. The girl, the actual girl, who was sorry, it was a lady boy. I didn't know it was a lady boy. I thought it was a girl. So this girl, who was actually a boy, is a lady boy. I used to buy sweets from her. Okay, sweets from this chocolate almond. No, you have a coating of chocolate on the almond. You get white ones. I like the white ones. So it's like all these different boxes of sweets. You put 100 grams and it takes the weight. So I used to buy like a kilo, and this lady boy would give me like 100 grams for free. Uh, One fine day on Facebook, I find this Thai Facebook groups. I find this video that is being shared privately, and to my shock and horror, it was the incident happened at Tesco, and it involved this girl, this lady boy, and what had happened was, um, the lady boy was wearing a white shirt like she always does. Like I told you, she looked so much like a girl. I always thought she was a girl. And they open at around 10 o'clock, 10, 11. Sorry, 11 o'clock, because Tesco opens at 11 o'clock. Sorry, 10 o'clock, but they open slowly after 10. So by 11, they are ready. Suddenly, there's a camera from the back that focuses. The mall has cameras at different shops. Each shop has a camera at two angles. So they had this temporary stand there. And as she was opening, she was cleaning and keeping all the stuff for display. Suddenly, this guy comes, young boy who's in 19 years. He's wearing black. He was wearing, they have the sleeves, no, which look like it's tattoos, but it's not actually tattoos. He was wearing that inside the sleeves and black shirt. He had just parked his bike. He came inside and without like any intimation, without saying anything, in front of everyone, including the security guards and everything, he pulled out a knife and he started stabbing her. Oh my goodness. It's one thing to see a movie, and it's another thing to see it in reality. And like she kept trying to stop him as he's stabbing her. Like she's getting stabbed, she's stopping him, but he's not stopping, and he did not stop until she was actually dead. And everybody's standing there. Everybody's standing around and watching this. And nobody can do anything because, he's violently moving. Like even the security guard was just standing there. And this girl who was wearing white, obviously she had fallen down, so the camera couldn't focus. But you could see the floor, the blood just. It, and do you know why? Why did the? It seemed that this was her boyfriend. He did it because they had an argument in the night. They had an argument in the night, and she didn't talk to him or something. She wanted to break up or something, and in that anger, he couldn't control his emotions, and this is what he did. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Hey, one was a businessman. Oh, one was this relationship. Let me give you two, three more examples so that you understand what I'm trying to imply. I shared in my WhatsApp group of a man. I saw this video where there's a red background, and this guy, you can clearly make out this. He's blind at both the eyes, and he has long hair, like a ponytail, and he's completely burnt with acid. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I was curious, when you see a shocking thumbnail. And it seems that his one guy turned up on his doorstep. Okay, this guy was a multimillionaire businessman, successful guy he has a wife and kids and all that. He just knocked on his door. He opened, and suddenly this guy threw acid. Now, do you know what is a shocking bit of this story? The guy who threw acid on his face, okay, the guy who threw the acid thought he threw the acid on the man who molested his daughter. Okay. It turned out that he had knocked on the wrong address. The house was around 3 blocks next. And he got the wrong address and he put acid on the wrong guy. And that was the first thing that shocked me. The second thing that shocked me is um, the judge, the sentencing that they gave him a lesser sentence. Why? Because this guy didn't have a criminal record, and he didn't do it because he wanted to do something evil. Okay, that's a second crazy thing. And the third crazy thing was uh, it has been like 10 years, 11 years since that acid attack took place. Until today, that guy has still to undergo, he keeps undergoing operation. He keeps getting his skin pulled because it kind of like makes your face like hard. Just imagine raw skin being pulled off, and he's blind at one of the eyes. Only one eye he can see a little bit. Uh, I'll give you one final example, and then I'll I'll kind of connect the dots. This is my own personal example, mine. You remember, if you check my videos, I put to a 2011 Loy Machedo suicide, where I was going to end my life. I made, I'll tell you, I take the blame on so many levels because when I tried to put that my employer in jail for the fake degrees that he was supplying to around the world, I made this I made this massive critical judgment in error, underestimating that given the fact how rich and powerful this guy was, he's earning 1 million dirhams per month selling fake degrees. Okay. I underestimated how powerful and rich he was because I found this later on that if he had put a court case on me in Dubai, He could he could delay this case not for 1 month, not for 6 months, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 5 years. He could drag this legal case for the rest of my life, and I would be stuck in UAE. I would not be allowed to leave UAE. I would not be allowed to work in UAE. I would not be allowed to do anything. And maybe he would leave me stuck in a prison, jail, pending trial. How, you might say? For example, we are supposed to say there's a court hearing on the first. I turn up, he doesn't turn up. So it's postponed to maybe the third or the next week. So we have to wait 1 week. After 1 week, he comes there and his lawyer says, Your Honor, we need some more time to gather evidence. Okay, then you come after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you come back again and he says, Your Honor, we want to file this new case on this guy and we request you, or whatever, to go ahead with the motion. Then another week. So like this, they can keep playing around. And the court wouldn't mind it because the court is getting money. The lawyers are getting paid money. And in his case, he doesn't have to bother because he has a business that makes money. And he doesn't have to appear at the court. He can send his legal representatives on behalf of him. Me, on the other hand, I don't have the money. I don't have the power. I don't have the contacts. I don't have the connection. So I have to appear by myself. So do you see how dangerous it is if you make the wrong enemies? Now, what is the common thread that I'm trying to tell you with all this? You have to be very careful who you make enemies with. I'm not just talking about people who have contacts and connections with the mafia, the politicians, the underworld, the big guys, or have gangs. Let's assume you make enemies with one guy. He's just a guy with maybe no money. Okay, no money, he is poor. He doesn't have your capacity. What if one day, as you're walking out, takes a knife, stabs you, or you're walking in the dark, he throws acid, or suddenly he throws a big, massive stone. He's passing by with a scooter, or you're not at home and he sets your house on fire. Why do you think I've told you so many times? If I was in India, I don't think I would have had this YouTube channel with the content that I'm sharing, because any psychotic, mad human being can not just hurt me, not just harm me. Maybe they can throw bottles filled with kerosene and fire, or even worse, they can attack my daughter, they can attack my wife. People can do it in the name of religion, in the name of a political party, in the name of, oh, you hurt my feelings, oh, I thought you're making fun of me, like how that guy turned up at the wrong address and poured acid. Anything can happen here. So all I'm trying to tell you through this video is just be careful who are the enemies that you make. Pick your battles wisely, and it's highly recommended, highly, that where you can make peace and sort it out without any drama, please go ahead. Obviously, there are a lot of rich people who can't do that, because if they would keep making peace, then there would be a never ending line of jobless individuals who take advantage. That is why they have to put the fear of God in them by making their life miserable. So I just believe live and let live. The easiest thing is to say, I'm sorry, and go ahead with your own life. I just want to share this message with you guys and say that we are living in a day and age where you just don't know what's going to happen next. It's not worth having these fights, especially. And there are some people, no, I'll tell you, really, there are some people who they are just so jobless. They would love being busy with nonsense. I know personally know individuals who live for drama, who live for causing problems. They just need an incentive. Anyway, I hope this gives you a little bit of common sense. Remember, choose your enemies wisely, choose your battles wisely. That is why don't fight with your colleagues, don't fight with your boss, don't fight with your family people, your in-laws. I even have an example of a guy who, his wife, he hurt her ego. She made it her life's agenda to destroy this guy. And Unfortunate thing was a real example, which I've shared in the previous video. Her uncles, her aunts, everyone in her family was either a judge or a lawyer. They opened up more than 31 fake cases on this guy who is actually my very close friend. They destroyed his career forever. Forever. Why? Because he hurt her ego. He never raised his hand, he never did anything. She's a female from India. He's also from India, but today, where he's gone, nobody knows. Because she destroyed him for, I think, 17 years, non-stop litigation. Let that sink in. Anyway, guys, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is something I just wanted to share from my heart. You guys take care. Be smart. Chala.